Hello. Welcome to the Learn American English channel, where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. In this video, we are going to listen to conversations with politicians. This video is divided into 3 parts: an interview with a politician running for a position, an interview with a newly elected politician, and an interview with a politician on crisis management. There will be a listening comprehension quiz at the end of each scene. So, listen carefully and see if you get all of the questions right. Also, be sure to stay with us until the end of the video. We'll point out important words from the conversations, everyday slang, and the most common way to say things in English. Watch for these words and phrases in the subtitles. You'll find their meanings in the vocabulary section in the last part of the video. Are you excited? This should be fun. First, let's listen to a conversation between Mr. Martinez and Joe in an interview about Mr. Martinez's presidential candidacy. Let's see how their conversation goes, and don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's dive in.
Hello everyone, and welcome to ABC News. Today, we have a very special guest joining us, Mr. Martinez, the presidential candidate. Good morning, Mr. Martinez, and thank you for being here with us.
Good morning, Joe. Thank you for having me on your show. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Mr. Martinez, what inspired your interest in politics?
Well, Joe, my interest in politics began at a young age. My father used to discuss it over dinner, emphasizing the importance of understanding and engaging with political issues. That upbringing instilled in me a deep curiosity and passion for making a positive impact through politics.
That's fascinating. Now, what distinguishes your election campaign from others?
Our campaign is unique because we prioritize connecting with all segments of society, especially those in underserved communities. By engaging directly with people facing various challenges, we gain valuable insights into their needs and aspirations, which informs our policies and solutions.
Speaking of connecting with people, you mentioned your efforts in social work. Can you elaborate on your experiences in that regard?
Certainly, Joe. While I may come from a privileged background, I've been actively involved in social work projects since my teenage years. Whether volunteering in impoverished areas or supporting community initiatives, I've always believed in the importance of giving back and uplifting others.
That's commendable. Now, let's delve into your plans for fulfilling election promises. What strategies do you have in place?
With our dedicated team, we've meticulously crafted a comprehensive plan to address the multifaceted challenges facing our country. From economic reform to social welfare, we're committed to implementing tangible solutions that benefit all citizens. Rest assured, our team comprises individuals with the expertise and dedication to see these promises through.
I appreciate your transparency. However, there have been allegations of corruption involving one of your team members. How do you address such concerns?
It's essential to uphold the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. While these accusations are troubling, we must allow due process to unfold. As for our team, we hold ourselves to the highest standards of integrity and accountability, and any misconduct will be addressed swiftly and decisively.
Understood. Now, considering your background in architecture and your family's wealth, why pursue a career in politics?
Joe, for me, politics is not just a career but a calling. Despite my privileged upbringing, I've witnessed the disparities and injustices that persist in our society. I'm driven by a genuine desire to effect positive change and improve the lives of all citizens, regardless of their circumstances.
Admirable sentiments, Mr. Martinez. Finally, how do you intend to overcome the challenges posed by your opponents, particularly their experience and age?
While experience and age are factors, I believe what truly matters is vision, determination, and a genuine connection with the people. My youthfulness brings fresh perspectives and innovative ideas to the table, complemented by the wisdom and guidance of seasoned advisors. Together, we offer a dynamic and inclusive approach to governance that resonates with voters across generations.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez, for sharing your insights with us today. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Joe. The pleasure was mine. Let's continue working together to build a brighter future for all.
After hearing an interview with Mr. Martinez, do you think he'll win the election? Let us know in the comments section. Now, here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Joe and Mr. Martinez. What sparked Mr. Martinez's interest in politics? His father's discussions about politics during dinner sparked his interest. What sets Mr. Martinez's election campaign apart from others? His campaign prioritizes connecting with all segments of society, especially those in underserved communities. How does Mr. Martinez address allegations of corruption within his team? He upholds the presumption of innocence until proven guilty and ensures that any misconduct will be addressed swiftly and decisively. So, did you get all the questions correct? Let us know in the comment section. Now let's hear a conversation between Frank and Senator Stacey Chambers in an interview about Stacey's election as a senator. Let's see how their conversation goes, and don't forget to note the highlighted words for their meanings at the end of this video. Let's begin.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our special segment tonight. We have the honor of hosting a newly elected Senator, Stacey Chambers. Congratulations on your recent victory, Stacey, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Frank. It's a pleasure to be here.
Senator, let's start by delving into your journey into politics. What inspired you to pursue a career in public service?
Well, growing up, Frank, I witnessed firsthand the challenges facing my community. I felt a strong desire to make a difference and contribute positively to the lives of those around me. That drive led me to pursue a career in politics, where I could advocate for meaningful change on a larger scale.
That's admirable. Now, as a newly elected official, what are your top priorities for your constituents?
My top priorities revolve around addressing pressing issues such as education reform, healthcare accessibility, and economic development. I'm committed to working closely with community leaders and stakeholders to implement policies that uplift and empower every member of our society.
Excellent. Collaboration is key to success in politics. Can you tell us about your approach to building consensus and working across party lines?
Absolutely. I firmly believe that progress is achieved through collaboration and dialogue. Regardless of political affiliations, I'm dedicated to finding common ground and seeking bipartisan solutions to our shared challenges. By fostering an environment of mutual respect and understanding, we can move forward together as a unified community.
That's a refreshing perspective. Now, let's touch on transparency and accountability, two crucial aspects of governance. How do you plan to ensure transparency in your administration?
Transparency is non-negotiable in my administration. I'm committed to maintaining open lines of communication with the public, providing regular updates on policy initiatives and decisions, and actively soliciting feedback from constituents. Additionally, I will implement robust oversight mechanisms to hold myself and my colleagues accountable for our actions.
Accountability is indeed paramount. Switching gears a bit, what do you see as the biggest challenges facing your district, and how do you plan to address them?
One of the biggest challenges facing our district is economic inequality. Too many families are struggling to make ends meet, and the gap between the haves and the have-nots continues to widen. To address this issue, I will advocate for equitable economic policies that create opportunities for all residents, regardless of their background or socioeconomic status.
Your dedication to equity is commendable. Finally, what message do you have for your constituents as you embark on this new chapter of your career?
To my constituents, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for entrusting me with the privilege of representing you. I am fully committed to serving each and every one of you to the best of my abilities and working tirelessly to build a brighter future for our community. Together, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve our shared vision of prosperity and unity.
Thank you, Stacey, for sharing your insights with us tonight. We wish you all the best in your endeavors as a newly elected official.
Thank you once again for having me. It's been a pleasure, Frank.
What can you say about Senator Chambers' platforms? Let us know in the comment section. Now, here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Frank and Senator Stacey Chambers. What are Stacey Chambers' top priorities as a newly elected official? Stacey's top priorities include education reform, healthcare accessibility, and economic development. How does Stacey plan to ensure transparency in her administration? Stacey is committed to maintaining open communication with the public, providing regular updates, and implementing robust oversight mechanisms. What message does Stacey have for her constituents? Stacey expresses gratitude to her constituents, promising to serve them diligently and work towards a brighter future for the community. So, how many questions did you get right for the second scene? Let us know in the comments section. Now we're down for the last conversation as Sarah interviews President Reynolds as he addresses some controversies under his administration. Are you still taking notes? Make sure to write down the highlighted words and discover their meanings at the end of this video.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we have a special interview with President Reynolds, who is here to address recent controversies surrounding his administration. President Reynolds, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Sarah.
Mr. President, there have been some concerning developments regarding allegations of misconduct within your administration. Can you shed some light on the situation and what steps are being taken to address it?
Absolutely, Sarah. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge the seriousness of the allegations and express my deep regret for any harm caused. Let me be clear. I take full responsibility for the actions of my administration, and I am committed to addressing this issue head-on.
Can you provide some insight into the specific steps being taken to resolve the crisis?
Certainly. We have launched a thorough investigation into the allegations, involving independent third parties to ensure impartiality and transparency. Additionally, we are cooperating fully with law enforcement authorities to facilitate their inquiries. It's imperative that we get to the bottom of this matter and hold accountable anyone found to have engaged in misconduct.
Accepting responsibility is an important step. Can you share any lessons learned from this experience and plans to prevent similar incidents in the future?
Absolutely, Sarah. This experience has underscored the importance of robust oversight mechanisms and a culture of accountability within my administration. Moving forward, we will implement stricter protocols for vetting personnel, enhance training on ethical standards and conduct, and strengthen mechanisms for reporting misconduct. Our goal is to foster a workplace environment built on integrity, trust, and respect.
Thank you for addressing these concerns, Mr. President. In closing, what message do you have for the public during this challenging time?
To the public, I want to express my sincere apologies for any disappointment or concern caused by these events. I want to assure you that we are fully committed to restoring trust and confidence in our administration. We will continue to be transparent in our actions, accountable for our decisions, and dedicated to serving the best interests of the people. Together, we will emerge stronger from this experience.
Thank you, President Reynolds, for your candor and commitment to addressing these issues. We wish you the best in resolving this crisis and moving forward.
Thank you, Sarah. It's been a privilege to speak with you tonight.
What can you say about President Reynolds' crisis management? Let us know in the comments section. Now, before we review the key vocabulary from these conversations, here are some listening comprehension questions to see how well you understood the conversation between Mr. Reynolds and Sarah. What recent issues is President Reynolds addressing? Allegations of misconduct within his administration. What steps is President Reynolds taking to resolve the crisis? Launching an investigation and cooperating with law enforcement. What does President Reynolds aim to achieve in the future? Implementing stricter protocols and fostering accountability. So, how many questions did you get right for the third scene? Let us know in the comments section. Now, let's review the vocabulary from these conversations. First, we'll review some of the natural-sounding everyday phrases used by native English speakers. Watch the video again after you study the vocabulary words to learn them even better, and subscribe to see our other videos. Making a positive impact. Doing something that helps or improves a situation. Connecting with people. Establishing relationships or understanding with others. Common ground. Shared beliefs, interests, or opinions that allow people to agree or cooperate. Gap between the haves and the have-nots. Economic disparity between the wealthy and the poor. Shed some light on. To provide information or clarification about something. Now let's review other key vocabulary. Social work. Activities aimed at helping people in need or improving their well-being, often done through community organizations or government agencies. Transparency. Being open and honest about actions, decisions, and processes. Affiliation. The state of being officially attached or connected to an organization. Ethical. Relating to principles of right and wrong behavior based on moral values or standards. Candor. Openness, honesty, and frankness in speech or expression. Were the conversations relatable? Try using these conversations with your family and friends. Thank you for watching the Learn American English channel where you learn naturally so you can speak naturally. Please click the like button and subscribe to our channel to see more videos like this one.